Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike here. In today's video, we're going to talk about what are slide masters and how do you use them in your PowerPoint slide so that you can make one change to your master and have it affect all of the slides in your deck or even just some of those slides in the deck. And we're going to talk about that. Yeah, man, Nerdy Tech, I saw it. It was like the coolest YouTube channel ever. No, it just helped me work was I wasn't even working. Yeah, I know. It's like I was ready to quit. And then now I love work. It's all Nerdy Tech, man. Like, subscribe, comment, that dude. So here we are, we have a deck here. Now let's go ahead and look at these slides. So I just have a few basic slides. I don't have anything real fancy here. And actually this deck is by design, not complete. So, I've got a couple different forms of slides here. Obviously this one's missing some text. It's not completely finished, right? Now, the point is, in this deck, what I want to do for starters is maybe I want to put a logo in the deck. But like I said, here, I can paste it, right? I could say Command V. There we go. I paste my logo. Maybe I, organize it where, I want it on the top right or something like that, right? I'm just throwing it somewhere. Now, let's say I go to this slide. Okay, Command V again. Oh, it's on the top left now. So, yeah, no problem. Let's move it over. And, all right, we'll try to get it pretty close. All right, so here's the problem. Let's flip between those slides. Do you see that? The logo placement is different on each slide. That is the first problem that slide masters are designed to solve, is that it's basically a way to standardize the slide format so the content can be different, but the format should be the same. So in this case, what we're going to do, I'm going to delete that logo on both of those. What we're going to do is start to enter the slide master view. So we're going to go to view at the top, and from there we will go to slide master, which is right here. Now, once you enter this mode, I'm going to tell you right now, you are definitely going to at one point forget that you are in this special mode called slide master. You're going to forget and you're going to get really confused. So the way that you can get out of this, first thing, you will notice at the top left of the menu, it says slide master. That's your first indication you're in this special mode. The next one is you can click on this button that says close master. So if I click that, we go back to our regular slides. In our case though, we do want to edit that master. So we're going to click view, slide master again. Now, if we start at the top, it's kind of like a hierarchy. So the first slide here, this is the ultimate slide master, if that makes sense. So if I were to take this slide and I paste in a logo, and we'll just say I throw it again in the top right of our slide, and we close the master. Look at this. If I go down here, all of these slides have the logo. And I'll explain why they aren't showing up on the other slides, on those segue slides, those green slides. But all of those slides have the logo, and that's all I had to do. And it's all standardized. It's in the same location. If I go from this slide down, we see the logo doesn't move at all. So that's the purpose of the master. Now let's go back into view and back into slide master. So let's go up here. The reason it did not apply to these two is because these were ultimately kind of my header slides. So these were never designed to be the same as the others. So, and I can create additional. If I go here, I can say insert slide master. I could click that, and you see that creates a whole nother master that I could use. In this case, I'm going to Command V that. We're good with just this, how it is. Now these two right here. So the other thing I want to show you is one of the frustrating things with PowerPoint is when you're messing with these masters, sometimes you don't know which one to mess with. So for example, if I click this one, I already know where this belongs, right? I can go in here and I can, let's say, for example, just for the sake of argument, let's take that text and we'll go to home and we'll just make it red, just to illustrate a point. I change it to red, which is really ugly, but it'll illustrate the point. We then go back to view, back to slide master, close master. See what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about. We now see that it modified this slide, so now the slide text is red, but it's not just that slide. If I go create a new slide, and I make the format of that slide the same, so I just say some text goes here, you see that it follows the same pattern that we put in our master slide. So that's kind of the idea, or that layout, I should say. So I'm going to delete that, and we'll go back to our master, slide master, And we'll go up here and we're just going to change this back to white. All right, so the other thing I want to show you here is, let's say, well, first of all, let me go back, let me exit this mode, and I want to show you something. So let's say you're working on a slide, I don't know, let's say, yeah, let's say this slide right, trying to think of a good one. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just pick one, this one right here. So let's say this one right here, you want to understand which master is it tied to, and you have no clue. So first thing we can do is go to Layout, and if you click the Layout button under the Home tab, if you click that, that will tell you right here, it's bullet title only. That is the name of that layout under that master slide that I just showed you a minute ago. So just remember that, bullet title only. So for this one, yeah, so you can tell also that if it's a part of the master slide or that layout, if you can't edit it or select it, it's probably part of the layout. So in this case, bullet title only is what we want to modify. And you know what, I think in our case, it says company confidential. Maybe I just want to add the year 2023 to that. So that's what I want to change, for example. So what I can do is I can go to View, again, Slide Master, and basically I have to find that bullet title slide. And the way you can do that is you mouse over each layout, and you can see that it says Demo Layout. This one says Segue Layout. It says Used by Slides 4. So that's kind of helpful. It tells you how many slides use that layout. If we keep going down here, we're looking for bullet content. Oh, that was bullet, no, we have bullet title, not, that was bullet layout, bullet heavy text. I think we're getting close. Bullet title only, right there. So this is it. So if I want to change that text, what I can actually do, and it looks like that is part of the master slide. So this is actually, it was a horrible example and a great one, because you'll see here, if I try to click on it, it doesn't let me edit it. It just creates a new text box, which is not what we want. The reason it's doing that is because this is a layout, and that text company confidential is a part of the master slide at the very top. So if I go all the way up and I go to the master slide, which is the big one, this is where I can get in and I can say 2023 company confidential. Now, if we go to all of those slides below it, it doesn't even matter which one, you see that that change is reflected there, right? So that's one thing we can do. If we close the master, or actually, you know, before we do that, let's go back to our bullet title slide. I think that was this one. Yeah. So let's say for this one, we want to add, I don't know, just to illustrate the point, let's just insert a shape just to illustrate a point. So we'll say, we'll just take this and just drag it here. Okay. So I'm going to close this, and if we look, we now see that there is this rectangle in this slide. And by the way, it's being blocked partially because apparently there was a little shape here. So if I remove that, you see that doesn't block it. But I can't click this. I can't select it or anything because it's a part of the layout. But if you go down, it's not on the other slides, right? So and not on the other slides that aren't in that same layout, right? Again, this slide has it, but why? Well, the reason is because if we go to layout, it's in bullet title only. So hopefully you kind of get where I'm going. If you want to modify all slides, you use that master slide. If you want to modify only select slides, find out which layout you're using, go to the master slide and find the layout that correlates to that and make changes to that layout only. That's how you do this. So that's all I got for you. I hope you found this useful. I really like these videos where we just get into PowerPoint and start playing around and showing things instead of having it all scripted. So my apologies if, you know, we had to fumble around a little here and there when, you know, I didn't have anything scripted. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here. So either way, I hope you found it useful. If you did, drop a comment. Let me know if this is something that is helpful to you. If it is, you'll definitely continue to see more content like this. If it's not helpful to you, you're still going to see more content like this, but you can check out some of my other content. So either way, you're going to see more of me. But that said, stay safe and healthy. Take care.